Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I am very excited for this vlog because it marks the start of my uni vlogs for the semester, and in this video, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be doing all things to prepare for the new semester and just get settled into a good routine for uni. Today is actually my first day of classes. We're starting on a Tuesday, which actually ends up working out really well for me because my busiest day in terms of classes is Mondays. And so technically, because of my schedule this week, I only have class this afternoon and Thursday afternoon. I do have some other things scheduled, like obviously throughout the week, but I just love having both Wednesdays and Fridays off. Although Mondays are going to be pretty packed days, but I feel like it's worth it. The main thing on my to-do list for today before I head to class this afternoon is really just to input all of my classes into my Google Calendar and then also review any documents my teachers might have posted. Like if they're already posted a course outline, my goal is to hopefully review that. I think that's all I have to say for now. This is probably going to be a bit of a chatty video, so feel free to grab yourself a cup of tea or a snack, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Good morning everyone, and happy Thursday. As you saw this morning, I just made myself an iced matcha and I am ready to start my day. I decided to make an iced cardamom salted honey matcha. I used to love these last fall, and I feel like now that we're getting closer and closer to autumn, I just had a craving to have one again, so there we go. I just made myself a small one though because I am heading out to meet up with a friend for coffee this morning. And I also didn't vlog yesterday, but on Wednesdays I don't have any classes, and it ended up being a very boring day. Because I don't have any classes, I decided to schedule some appointments, so I had to go to the dentist in the morning and then to the garage in the afternoon. And I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I feel like sometimes when I have appointments, especially like in the middle of the day, I don't feel like I can really like be that productive. So anyways, for the most part, I just got caught up on editing and like tidied around the house a little bit, but nothing particularly interesting. But I will make up for it by vlogging more today. And I have a really fun day planned. As I said, I'm grabbing coffee with my friend this morning, and then I have class in the afternoon. It's my writing for film class, which I am very excited for. Also a little bit nervous, but it's the first class, so I'm like excited because it's just going to be kind of an introduction and getting to know everyone and the teacher. And then later this evening, I made a whole to-do list on my phone, so I'm just referring to that. I have a little bit of like more work to catch up on, like making a thumbnail and editing and whatnot, but it's supposed to storm. I don't know if it actually will, but if it does, I feel like it might be like the perfect ambiance for me to clean up the office downstairs. My sister and I both have our desks set up in the basement, and it's kind of like our office space. But over the summer, my parents decided to like move some stuff around down there. They moved and took out a bunch of the cabinets to put them in our laundry room. So now we'll eventually have to like buy new storage and cabinets to put like all of my books and that stuff. And currently it's just sitting in a bunch of boxes, and I'm honestly like, I don't even want to show you how it looks down there because it's that messy, but I feel like it might be satisfying if I just try to put some order into that space. Even though I know it'll probably still look messy and unfinished as long as we don't get like a shelf or some type of like drawers for storage, I just at least want to like have an office and desk I can use because right now there's so much stuff sitting on my desk that I can't even sit down and like put my computer there. So anyways, that is kind of an overview for today, but before I go ahead and head out to meet up with my friend for coffee, I also have a very exciting unboxing. So let's go check it out. I'm so excited to open this and set it up. This is the 15-inch MacBook Air with the M4 chip, and it's in the sky blue color, which is so gorgeous. Over the summer, Apple hosted an event in Toronto all about this MacBook, and I got to learn so much about it and just like its new features and how helpful it can be for like students, but also for people who are like starting their internships or like professional journeys, I guess you could say. So it just makes me even more excited to set this up and use it and just use it to its full potential. I have been using a 2020 MacBook Pro, I think, for the past, oh my gosh, how long has this been? Well, 5 years, I guess, if I got it in 2020. And it's been the best. Like, honestly, when I switched from my old computer to a MacBook, it was like such a game changer because I just love like the workflow, and I feel like if you are familiar with the Apple ecosystem, it's just like so seamless to use your devices with one another. And I feel like for someone like me who does a lot of content creation and uses my iPad but also like my computer for both content but also for school, it's just like the best I could ask for. So I'm very excited to be setting this up and unboxing it with you guys. I will be filming it on my phone also to put together a little reel or short video because I feel like unboxing these is always the most satisfying thing ever. And if you're wondering what I'll do with my old computer is I'll actually give it to my sister because she does have a computer right now, but like half of the keys on the keyboard don't work, and so she like has a really hard time doing her assignments or typing and all that stuff. So I'll just give that to her and I'm sure she'll be very happy. Without further ado, let's get right into the unboxing. I just can't get over how good the blue looks. Like, it's kind of subtle but still noticeable, and I just love it so much. I also love a fresh new computer and I can't wait to set it up later. But as I mentioned earlier, I do have plans to meet up with my friend for coffee this morning, which I'm also very excited about. So I'm gonna head out now, that way I don't run late. And you can be sure that I will show you guys how I end up setting up my homepage and wallpaper and all of that. I usually tend to keep it pretty minimal, but we'll see what I decide to go for. Good evening, everyone. I meant to update you a lot sooner, but as soon as I got back home, I basically just had dinner and started to work on my computer, and I kind of got really focused and forgot to vlog, so I do apologize, but I do want to give you a recap of today because it was a really good day. And I also really like the class I had this afternoon. I think I mentioned this already, but the class is all about like screenwriting, and it's a first level class, so it's really like introduction, which I love because I don't know anything about script writing. Even though I'm in my third year of university, for some reason the way my film school program is designed, that class is only accessible in your last year, which I think doesn't make a lot of sense. But who am I to say? Anyways, I really love that class. I love the teacher too. She's like super approachable and friendly and really explains everything clearly, and she just seems very organized, which as a student I appreciate because I like to know ahead of time what the deadlines are, what the grading criteria is, and just all of that information. And she just explained everything really clearly and set out like the whole schedule for us. So I am excited for that class, even though script writing is something that I've never really done, like in the sense that it's not like a hobby of mine. Obviously I've had like a screenwriting class in college, but I've never really learned how to do it properly or like taking the time to really write screenplays for fun, because it's just like something that's always been kind of intimidating and mysterious to me. But I'm really excited for this class. Also, another update about my schedule is that I'm currently on the waitlist for an introductory marketing course, and I'm pretty sure I'll get a seat in that class. I honestly didn't really know I wanted to take that class until recently, because over the summer I was thinking and reflecting on like the classes I've taken in university, and so far it's pretty much only been film classes. I've taken I think 2 English classes and then 1 communications course last semester. But other than that, I really only stuck to film, and while I love that and I think it's really great because obviously it's something I'm interested in, I was thinking about it and I thought it might be fun to take something outside of my major, something that was a little bit different but that's still interesting to me. And since I only have like a year and a half left to my degree, I don't have that many more credits to fulfill, so I figured it could be interesting while it's the first few weeks of class and we still have time to like switch our schedule around, to try to sign up for like a business class and see if it's something that interests me. As I mentioned, I feel like so many people switch their schedule around in the first few weeks of classes, so I'm pretty sure I'll get a spot in that class and I can attend and see if it's something that I'm interested in taking this semester. It would mean that I'd have to drop another one of my classes if I don't want to have a full course load and if I want to have like a little bit of free space in my schedule, but we'll see. It's still like early in the semester, so I don't have to make up my mind yet. That class is scheduled for Tuesday evenings, which I don't love. I'm not a big fan of evening classes, especially because I live far away from school, so it means I get home pretty late, but it's not that bad. It ends at 8:15, and last school year I had a class that ended at 10 p.m, so I feel like nothing can be worse than that. And my friend Talia that I hung out with today is also on the waitlist for that class, so if we both get in, it'd be nice because I'd have a familiar face and a friend in that class and someone I can team up with for group projects. So anyways, that's just an update on my schedule and where I'm at. As I said, it's already like 9 p.m-ish, so I'm gonna start getting ready for bed. I love that it's like the first week of classes and I don't have anything crazy scheduled. Like sometimes I feel like teachers will already give you assignments right off the bat and will like make you stay until the end of the period, but today our teacher let us go like a few minutes early, which is not crazy. Like she let us go maybe 15 minutes early, but as a commuter who has a long bus ride and metro ride back to home, I appreciated that. I am gonna get ready for bed soon, and since it's the first week of classes and I don't have like many assignments or many deadlines yet, I've really been taking advantage of that to set myself up with a good morning and night routine, especially night routine. I feel like it's something I still tend to overlook, but it's so important. Like just setting out my outfit the night before, planning out my lunch for the next day, and like getting to bed early. I sleep so much better and it makes my morning so much more peaceful when I actually like plan things out the night before. So it's really a habit I'm trying to get into now while it's not too busy, because I know the minute I get a lot of assignments it's gonna be a lot harder to stay consistent with that. But anyways, I've been sitting here talking to the camera for like a few minutes now, so I'm gonna shower, change into some PJs, and I think I'm gonna watch an episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty and then go to bed because I just started it. I know I'm late to the train, but I was planning on watching it with my friend and I think it's just not going to work out with our schedules to watch it together, so I'm gonna watch that and go to bed. I'm probably gonna watch like half of an episode because I feel like I'm gonna get tired after that. Happy Friday, everyone. We've made it to the end of this week, and you just saw my morning routine. Honestly, this is like an ideal morning for me because I don't have any classes, so I don't have to rush out of the house. I get to just take my time and slowly wake up and ease into the day. I still have to make myself some breakfast and get dressed, but I have a cup of jasmine tea here, and I will definitely make myself probably a matcha later on today as well. I feel like ever since getting into university, I like have tried to schedule my Fridays off as much as possible just because I love having that extra time. But I am going to school today actually because I have to work on like a project with some of my classmates, so I do have that on my to-do list. But other than that, for the most part, today is just kind of a catch-up day and finishing things up here and there. Also, I ended up watching the entire episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty yesterday. I know I said I was only gonna watch half, but before I knew it, I'd watched an entire episode. I'm gonna have breakfast, get ready, and then we can get today started. Up with some of my classmates for basically the short films we'll be working on this semester. Yeah. I figured now would be a good time for an update because I've basically just been catching up on my to-do list all day, but as you saw, I had to run to school for a quick project meeting and it went super well. I did consider staying at school a little bit longer after that meeting just to like catch up on things and work from the library, but right before leaving for school, I started transferring all of my data and all of my files from my old computer to my newest laptop, and for some reason I didn't take into consideration that it would take a moment to do all of that data transfer. I think the like estimated time was that it would take about an hour and a half, so I just let that run while I was away, and now that I'm back, everything is pretty much set up. I still have to like customize, obviously, my home screen and like my documents and everything, all of that kind of digital decluttering, but I'm honestly like shocked at how easy it was to set everything up on this computer and transfer all of my files and my apps. I don't know why. I thought I'd have to like do it manually and it was gonna be really tedious, but I just basically had to set it up, like answer a few questions and let it run for like a little bit. I am gonna finish setting up my Notion and just updating everything with my new deadlines now that my teachers have posted, for the most part, the syllabus and course outline for this semester. And then I also put on my to-do list that it would be nice if I could at least start organizing and tidying up the office downstairs because it's really a mess, and I do want to show it to you guys because I'm hoping over the next few weeks I can like slowly improve that space, and my goal is just to make the whole basement office area downstairs an actually welcoming place where I look forward to going to work or watch TV or read, as opposed to just what it is now, which is basically like a storage room with a desk in it. Anyways, you guys will see when I get to that later today, but for now I'm just gonna spend a bit more time organizing everything and hope you guys enjoy the time lapse. As promised, I'm in the basement now and I'm gonna get to organizing my desk a little bit and show you guys what the situation is. I think the main issue right now is that, as I mentioned earlier, we don't have any storage, so I have a bunch of things on my desk right now, but there's not really anywhere for me to move it to because I need to buy like a bookshelf or some drawers or something. But I do really want to work on making this space like actually cozy and a place where I look forward to spending time sitting down and hanging out, because again, it's kind of like my office, and then there's also a TV, so like it could be a nice little hangout spot. But right now it's just looking a little messy and a little bare. So anyways, I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you guys what it is that we're working with. So this is the basement. We used to have some storage up there, but my parents moved that over in this room, which is a laundry room. And then also they said they're gonna get rid of these planks here eventually. But they changed the sofa, and I actually really like this sofa. I love the color and the lighter color scheme. We also might repaint that wall in the back there just to make it all tie in together better. But right now we have a bunch of camping gear here that needs to be organized and put away. This, as I mentioned, is a sofa. We have a TV, and I really would like to have like a bookshelf or something here because right now all of my books are in these crates. So this is all books. And then this is my desk, which as you can see is a complete wreck. And I obviously cannot sit down and work here. So this is what I'm gonna organize and tidy up. I have this crate and then this like little bin that I'm thinking I can put some of this stuff into until I have like a better situation for storage. In terms of decorations, I do like this whole like whiteboard, corkboard situation. I just think I want to change up that vision board because it's been the same for a long time, and I think it would be nicer actually to just have like memories and little mementos from different places I visit instead of just printed out pictures from online. I also never wear these headphones, so honestly I need to recycle those in the right place. And then obviously this is like the main thing I have to tackle because what is this? This stuff is also mine. These files, if you remember, I hosted like a murder mystery night and these were like the game files, so honestly I should get rid of these. I just like don't know why I've been holding on to them. All this to say, I definitely have my work cut out for me, but I just want to get started in organizing and sorting through everything that's on my desk right now, so at least I can sit down and use it. If you have any suggestions for how I should decorate this room and what I should do with it, feel free to let me know. I'm thinking of just like keeping it an office and then adding a bookshelf and making it a bit of a reading corner with a TV back there, but we'll see. I always like to recommend having a clean space to have a clear mind, so I need to actually take my own advice and tidy this up. This lighting is really not the most flattering, but the desk has all been cleared, and I also removed everything from that corkboard up there because I knew I wanted to switch it up eventually anyways. For the most part, I feel like I just like recycled a bunch of old scraps of paper and then put everything else in bins for me to store eventually when I have like a bookshelf or like drawers of some sort. I'm happy with the progress I've made today. It honestly only ended up taking me like 25 minutes max, so I really was making it out to be much bigger than it was, but at least, you know, I'm happy that now I have a desk where I can actually sit down and get work done. There's definitely going to be more organizing and decorating to come, but at least the space functions for its intended purpose now.